Melee combat in Horizon Forbidden West often gets overlooked and ignored, and sometimes understandably so, due to the lengthy attack recovery times and often slow attack speeds. But this single melee ability rectifies these glaring issues and might even have you consider using melee more often during machine encounters. The Halfmoon Slash ability is simply brilliant and unlocks the game's true melee combat system. Today I'll teach you about the Halfmoon cancel system and how it works, plus how to utilize its true power so you can be on your way to becoming a true Horizon melee master. Halfmoon Slash is one of the most versatile melee abilities in the game. It acts as a combo extender, a gap closer, and even as an evasion method against some human enemy attacks. After unlocking the ability in the warrior skill tree, you can hold R1 to begin charging one up. You'll know it's charged when Aloy's spear glows and when you hear this audible feedback. Once charged, release R1 to perform a Halfmoon Slash. It only takes about 3/4 of a second to charge once R1 is held, and the charge up can be buffered during the animation or recovery of other melee abilities like the heavy or power attacks. But its most notable feature is its ability to cancel Aloy's own melee attacks and their recoveries. Recoveries are the handful of frames followed by a melee attack where Aloy is unable to perform any offensive or defensive action. Recovery times will vary in length depending on the type of melee attack Aloy uses, and they can often slow down the pace of combat and leave her susceptible to any incoming attacks. Light attacks, for example, have very quick recovery times and typically don't leave Aloy vulnerable for very long, but heavy attacks take longer to recover from and more often than not should be cancelled with a Halfmoon Slash. It's also worth mentioning that the recovery time from a heavy attack will vary in length depending on the type of heavy attack Aloy performs, whether that be after a sprint, dodge, or slide. Sprint heavies have the shortest recovery time and are best suited for a quick follow-up shot from your bow. On the other hand, power attacks and aerial heavy attacks both have fairly lengthy recovery periods, which can often lead many players to avoid using them during combat. But once again, with the Halfmoon Slash, you can avoid their recoveries entirely. The only real caveat to canceling recoveries is that Aloy will be stuck in the animation of the Halfmoon Slash. In rare situations, this can do more harm than good, sending Aloy directly into harm's way with no means of defense. But luckily enough, the startup of a Halfmoon Slash can be cancelled as well. So now that you know how to cancel melee attacks with a Halfmoon Slash, I'll teach you how to cancel the Halfmoon Slash itself. Halfmoon Slash can be cancelled by either dodging, aiming, or jumping, and it only works when done during the ability's first handful of frames. It's a bit tricky to pull off without practice, so I'd recommend going to this open desert area just south of the Shining Waste Tallneck to get some practice in. Once you're here, first charge up a power attack. After releasing R2, quickly hold R1 to begin charging a Halfmoon Slash. Once the power attack connects to the ground, Halfmoon Slash will be charged, so release your finger from R1 and immediately dodge, aim, or jump to cancel it. This happens very quickly on screen, so you might not even see the startup animation of Halfmoon Slash, but as long as you dodge, aim, or jump immediately after releasing R1, you'll be able to pull this off. Aim canceling is great for quickly targeting a resonator often left behind from the power attack. Using the dodge cancel allows Aloy to quickly avoid incoming attacks instead of being stuck in her recovery frames, and the jump cancel allows her to follow up with an aerial heavy attack. So you can see that we essentially created a double cancel technique that dramatically changes the way Aloy fights with melee. And the great thing is that there aren't any caveats to using this technique. Furthermore, you can apply this double cancel technique when using aerial heavy attacks. With it, Aloy can very quickly perform back-to-back aerial heavy attacks with zero recovery, and you can really see here the speed difference the canceling makes when compared to not using it. Aerial heavy attacks deal increased damage compared to grounded heavy attacks, so always try to use them if the opportunity presents itself. Power attacks can also be chained back to back with this double cancel technique for quick and easy knockdowns on most machines. I'm working on gathering more definitive data on this, but for the sake of this video, it seems that on very hard, small and medium machines will enter the knockdown state after either 1 to 3 power attacks. To chain power attacks, you'll want to flick L2 when canceling the Halfmoon Slash instead of holding it down to aim. Flicking L2 will cancel the Halfmoon Slash without fully aiming, which allows Aloy to immediately begin charging the follow follow-up power attack. Power attacks are really great at quickly energizing Aloy's spear, and if you rock the legendary Oseram Artificer outfit with its built-in +2 resonator buildup perk, you can increase the rate at which spear energy builds by 150%. This outfit will also give your power attack an awesome double damage buff. With double cancels, increased resonator buildup, and double power attack damage from the Oseram Artificer, Aloy can dish out some impressive melee damage against machines while also looking pretty cool doing it. Halfmoon Slash surprised me in just how flexible it can be, and now I can't imagine using melee without it. If you've had trouble with Horizon's melee system in the past, give it another go by practicing the Halfmoon cancel. I'm working on some more Horizon Forbidden West melee content at the moment, so if you'd be interested in checking that out when it releases, definitely subscribe down below so you don't miss it. And lastly, as always, thanks for tuning in today. I'll see you all in the next one.